Okay, so let's talk about my second topic here. Now, we've been doing this. What do you expect from? And we talked about Moses Moody. We talked about Kuminga. Who else did we talk about? Wiseman. Talked about Wiseman. And now we're going to talk about Jordan Poole. I didn't make the graphic for Jordan Poole like I did the other ones because we had this graphic from the season, the pool party graphic from the Golden State Warriors Reddit, which was awesome. So I just decided to use I wanted to see the pool party graphic all over again. But okay, so Jordan Poole, last year in his third season, he plays 76 games, starts 51 of them. He averages 18.5 points, 4 assists, and 3.4 rebounds a game. He leads all of the NBA in free throw percentage at 92.5%. He shoots 44.8% from the field and 36.4% from three-point land. And yet, at 30 minutes a game, I don't know if it's going to go any higher because he did a lot of this with Klay Thompson out of the lineup. So, first question for you, when it comes to what we expect out of Jordan Poole, do you see any of those numbers going wildly up?
Wildly. Could the points go from 18.5 to 21 or 22? Is that wild?
That's a good percentage. That's probably like, I don't know, what, 25, 30% increase
I'd say
or
that's
something
wild.
like that?
That would be my guess. That's my wild guess.
So I think that could happen for sure. And like when you're like looking at this team on paper, you go, oh, Klay's back. He goes to the bench. He becomes the sixth man. And I think Steve Kerr is going to have this really cool puzzle with the rotation, because how many games would you expect? Like, let's say Steph is completely healthy. Let's say he does not hurt his foot, doesn't get knocked to the ground. He's completely healthy. Out of the 82 games, how many games does he play?
You're going to have to make me look at the schedule because I'm taking away every single back-to-back and I'm taking away every trip to Toronto. So whatever that is, you subtract that, that's what he'll play if he's 100% healthy.
Okay, so like 68 games or
Sure.
whatever that is. Yeah, and so if he's not playing, so Jordan Poole plays those 14 and he gets starts at the 1 in those 14. And so I would assume the same thing happens for Klay. He's going to probably not play the back-to-backs, all that stuff. And so if let's say Steph and Klay play 68 games, and hopefully they don't get hurt, because if they get hurt, then it's going to be way less. Jordan Poole starts all of those games, and there may be games where Steve is like, I got to rest Klay and Steph on the same day. And so now it's like, oh, Jordan Poole is not only the point guard, but now he's the main scorer, right? Like he's going to lead the team in scoring and in shots, and a lot of the offensive responsibility comes to him. So I do kind of think like there may be opportunities in, let's say, 20 to 25 of these games where he is either the first or second option on offense, and thus your 22 points may not be all that hard to get to. I think that's a good possibility. Yeah, I guess it's a 15-point increase, not a 15% increase, not a 20% increase, but still, that is a good possibility. I think the efficiency is going to be interesting too, because 36% off of 8 threes a game is pretty good. But you would think, as good of a shooter as he is, I mean, just look at that free throw number, right? There's probably a little wiggle room in that efficiency from 3-point line. And if he goes up from 36 to 38, that could be an extra point or two a game right there.
I think that Jordan Poole's 3-point percentage, along with a lot of other players' 3-point percentage, should be like, you should use like the advanced analytics and split it into two: percentage on catch and shoot and percentage off the dribble, because we know he likes to take some crazy ones sometimes. So I'd be interested in knowing that.
And
percentage, but
I mean, you wanna get even deeper, it's like, all right, how many wide open threes because Steph is on the court
yeah,
versus
yeah.
when Steph is not on the court where you have to kinda create the opportunity
Uh-huh.
for yourself. By the
Well,
way, did you just give me a guess of what you think Clay shot in regular season from 3 last year?
30.
See, I was thinking it was like 35, like less than Poole. He shot 39% from 3
I
in
thought he had
32
a rough
games.
regular season. I wasn't paying attention to the three-point percentage.
And then for Clay, you have to separate the shots where he's standing up straight and then the ones where he's leaning and
Like,
falling.
yeah.
And then those are the efficiency numbers for Clay. All right, so now I think the thing that I mean, worried is not the right thing, but we keep hearing that Jordan Poole is going to get a nice number because his contract is up at the end of this season. And whether or not they fix it, during the season or kind of in the beginning of the season, or maybe they wait until the end of the season. I think the one thing, like even more than the offensive numbers, the one thing I would like to see him improve at is just the sort of the strength and the ability to stay in front of his guy. Like that is the one thing, like we saw it in the playoffs. And the reason why it was so magnified in the playoffs is because, as we know, playoff basketball is a little different. It's more physical, it's more it's less just get out and run and jack up shots. But there were moments when we were both like, come on, guy. Like you like this is a time for you to be tough here. And he showed his moments, but he also showed moments where Kerr's like, all right, we got to make a change because he's getting a little manhandled here. I don't know if weightlifting or whatever, like, because he's got a great shot. I don't know how you don't want to mess with that, but we know Curry lifts weights. Curry's he's a pretty strong guy, but I would just like to see that base get a little bit stronger. We know he's quick. uh that's the place where if he even gets if he was a C minus grade defender and he just gets to a C plus B minus, that is a vast improvement. And that's where I'm like, give this guy as much money as
Mhm.
possible because he's showing that he's going to be that guy. Because we used to hear that with Curry, right? Everyone wanted to take Curry one on one, and then he had to hold his own. And this guy's in his mid 30s now, and he's a better defender than he's ever been, even though he's not as quick as he was because he's strong, he's smarter, he's got the hands, he's got the ability to hold his own. So, Jordan Poole has a long time until he hits his mid 30s, but that's where I want to see him improve.
And it's not like he doesn't have, like, the tools to not do it. He has the height, he has the frame. Like, imagine if, like, current day defensive Steph had, like, Poole's tools. Like, I think that Steph would be a pretty darn good defender. But yeah, I'm with you. And Poole's been someone who's improved so much every summer. So I would love to see if he dipped into that. He's been working out with Steph's trainer. I don't know how much that's going to help with defense, but that's a good sight to see, I'd say.
I'm going to go on a limb right now and say he's winning six man of the year. And the only thing that will stop him from winning six man of the year is if somebody gets hurt and he's got to start.
And he's starting. Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
So I think that is his award to
To
lose
lose.
for this
Yep.
season.